Good morning, guys. These are the notes for section 6.2, and you need to follow along with me. You need to highlight what I'm going to highlight. You need to work on the examples that I'm going to do. And when you submit these notes to me via Edmodo, you'll get 10 extra points, 5 for registering to Edmodo one more time, and 5 for having the notes. So that would be 10 extra points towards the quiz, and the quiz would be given to you on Wednesday. Tomorrow, Tuesday, you'll have that assignment that I'm going to give you today, turn in, and I'm going to go ahead and go over the review for the section 6.1 and 6.2. Okay? So please make sure you follow along. Okay, in this section, this is called properties of parallelograms, and it's very important that you underline or highlight the definition. By definition, a parallelogram, it's a quadrilateral that has two pairs of parallel sides. As you can see here on this picture, these two arrowheads is the indication of the two sides being parallel. And in FG and HJ, you have one single arrowhead, which means that this is a pair of parallel sides. So one pair, two pairs of parallel sides. Now, we need to also remember, we need to learn that the symbol for quadrilateral and parallelogram in particular, it's this right here. Okay, so it's a parallelogram symbol. The properties. We have 4 properties for parallelograms, and the first one, it's opposite sides are congruent. As you can see, these two sides are congruent, single mark, and double mark, that means that this is one pair, this is another pair. Second property, let's underline or highlight, if you have highlighters and good notes, it's opposite angles are congruent. Opposite angles, highlight these two. These are opposite angles, and single mark means that they're congruent. These are opposite angles, double mark are congruent. So this is the second property. If you have opposite sides congruent, like this one, then the quadrilateral is a parallelogram. If you have opposite angles congruent, then the quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Now, third property, consecutive angles are supplementary. And as you recall, if you remember, consecutive means right next to. So let's make a little note here that consecutive means next to each other. Next to each other. So if you have two angles that are right next to each other, they're gonna be supplementary. So get a highlighter on good notes and highlight supplementary and consecutive. Okay, so for example here, G and J, if you add them up, I'm sorry, not G and J, G and H are consecutive, so they add up to 180. H and J are consecutive, so they should add up to 180. F and J are consecutive, so they should add up to 180, and F and G are consecutive, so they should add up to 180. And an example of that is like if G is 100, F should be the supplement of that, which is 80. If G is 100, well, H would be the supplement of that, which is 80. Okay? Fourth property. In the fourth property, we have that diagonals bisect each other. And bisecting each other means cutting in half. So if you have tick marks, so highlight these tick marks. If you have tick marks here, that means that they're congruent. Double tick mark, that means that they're congruent. Okay? So it's 4 properties and 1 definition. Now let's go ahead and move on to the examples. In example number 1, we have that we need to find AB. So how much is AB? Well, AB should be congruent to CD if this is a parallelogram. And it is because the opposite sides are parallel. So therefore, AB, it's equals to 10 centimeters. Don't forget to put the unit, please. It's very important that you get used to to use a unit. Second one. Number 2, the measurement of angle D. Well, D is consecutive to A, so that means that by the property they should add up to 180, they should be supplementary. So what we need to do is we need to get 180 minus angle A, which is 110, and that is 70 degrees. So the measurement of angle D, it's 70 degrees. Problem number 3. In number 3, we have to look at the figure, and they're saying that it's a parallelogram by looking at this right here. This is a symbol. So they want me to find ML. ML, it's opposite to NP, so it should be the same thing as 12 meters. So it's 12 meters. LP, it's right here, which is opposite to MN, so it should be the same as MN, and that is 10 meters. Number 5, the measurement of angle LPM. LPM. Get a highlighter and highlight this angle, LPM. And now, see angle LPM, since this is a parallelogram, what I can say is that these two sides are parallel, which means that with the highlighter, please highlight these two sides being parallel, and see this angle right here, it's alternate interior with this angle over here. So by alternate interior angle, that angle would be 62 degrees. So 62 degrees. By alternate interior angles, that would be true. Now, LN. LN, that is the whole diagonal. And as you know, diagonals bisect each other, which means that LQ should be congruent to NQ. Oh, look at this. This is NQ, so we have the answer for that. Let's go ahead and put that. That should be the same as LQ, which is 9 meters. So therefore, LN is 9 plus 9, which is 18 meters. And the last angle, which is angle MLN, MLN. So get a different color highlighter, please, and highlight this angle here. Now, I'm going to use a different pen here so we can see what's going on. Okay, so what you need to remember here is that these two lines, this one and this one, PN and LN, are parallel because it's a parallelogram. So since you're looking for the measurement of the angle, MLN, which is this angle here. Well, that angle by alternate interior angles is the same as angle PNL. So therefore, the answer for number 7 is also 32, just like the other angle. So it's 32 degrees. Okay? Now let's go ahead and move on to the next slide. Pages, please. Now, in this page, we're going to move on to problem number 9 through 12 only, okay? Now, here, they're saying that CDEF is a parallelogram. So we could apply the properties of parallelograms here, which means that these two sides are congruent because opposite sides are congruent, okay? So let's go ahead and start by doing that. Since they want me to find CD, I need to find W first, and then I need to come back and plug it in here so that I can find CD. So let's go ahead and work it out. Let's say CD should be the same thing as EF, okay? That is congruent. So therefore, we can just put 4W plus 8 equals 5W plus 1. And then we solve for W, so subtract 4. That gives you 8 equals to W plus 1. Then we subtract 1. So W, it's 7. So I'm going to come back and put here in CD. See, this is CD, is 4W plus 8. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to substitute 4 times 7 plus 8. 4 times 7 is 28 plus 8, it's 36. So CD is 36, and for number 10, which is EF, well, that is the same thing because they're congruent, okay? Now for the measurements of angles F and E, well, they're consecutive angles, which means that they're going to be supplementary. So supplementary means that when you add them up, that's equal to 180. So I'm going to put here the measurement of angle E plus the measurement of angle F should be 180. Okay, so the measurement of angle E, let me make this a little bigger so you can see this a little better. Okay, so the measurement of angle E here, it's 9Z minus 12, and then we add it to 3Z, that should be equal to 180. So because they're consecutive, that would be supplementary. If they were to be opposite to each other, they would be congruent, okay? So we add them up, 9Z plus 3Z, it's 12Z. And then we solve for Z by adding 12 to both sides. So 12Z equals 192. And then we divide by 12. So Z, let me see, 192 divided by 12 is 1. That would be, remainder is 7, so it's 6, so it's 16. So Z is 16. Now I can come back and plug in that into the angle. Let me do F. The measurement of angle F, it's 3 times Z, that is 16, that is 48. So it's 48 degrees. And for the measurement of angle E, well, that is 9 times Z minus 12. When you substitute Z to be 16, so let me just go back and erase that and put 16 instead. Okay, that when you put it into the calculator, that would be 132 degrees, okay? So this is the section 6.2, and these are the notes for section 6.2. So please, at this point, go ahead and save this, send it to Edmodo, and once you send it to Edmodo, send it to as an attachment to an assignment, and look for the assignment where you got this paper. And once you submit it, consider that being 10 extra points on the quiz for Wednesday. Okay, so now once you submit this, the assignment is section 6.2, so put that as a title, and the name of the section is Properties of Parallelograms. So in a blank sheet of paper, make sure you title this section, this assignment, and Ms. Cantu would give you the page number that you need to work on, okay? These problems, if you turn them in by today, you will get 10 extra points on that particular assignment, section 6.2. If you give it to me tomorrow, it would be on time, but you don't get the extra points. Now, as homework, because this needs to be done in class, as homework, you need to get the review and complete the review, work on the review. What you're going to do tomorrow is Ms. Cantu will show you the answers to the review. There's another video, and it's already on Edmodo, just in case you wanted to go and look at it. But Ms. Cantu will show you that video tomorrow in class, so you can complete this review. And this review needs to be completed and turned in by Wednesday. On Wednesday, I'm going to come back and I'm going to give you the quiz. So please work on this assignment so that you know what to expect on the quiz. Thank you guys, and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.